What if the biggest money problem in America isn't debt, isn't inflation, isn't even low wages, but the simple fact that life itself has become too expensive to survive? Right now, millions of Americans are doing everything they were told to do. They went to school. They got jobs. They worked harder every year. Some even earned six figures. And yet, they feel poorer than ever. Not because they failed, but because the cost of living just quietly breaking the system. This video isn't about BUD. Across YouTube, Google, and Reddit, one question keeps appearing again and again. Why is everything so expensive? Rent, groceries, healthcare, insurance, childcare. People aren't asking how to get rich anymore. They're asking how to survive. This isn't panic. It's pattern recognition. The cost of living has quietly become America's biggest financial crisis. And most people don't see the full picture. 30 years ago, housing took about 25% of income. Today, in many cities, it's closer to 40, sometimes 50%. Healthcare premiums rise every year even when coverage gets worse. College degrees cost more but guarantee less. Transportation is no longer optional. Neither is internet. Neither is insurance. These aren't luxuries. They are entry fees to modern life. And the system treats them as personal choices. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Wages didn't fall. They froze. Productivity went up. Corporate profits exploded. Executive pay skyrocketed. But paychecks stayed almost the same. When costs rise faster than income, people don't feel poor immediately. They feel stressed. They feel behind. They feel like they're doing something wrong. That's how the system stays quiet. This is the part nobody talks about. A $100,000 salary used to mean security. Today, in many cities, it barely buys stability. Higher income brings higher taxes, higher housing costs, higher expectations. Lifestyle inflation isn't greed, it's gravity. You don't upgrade because you want to. You upgrade because standing still becomes impossible. The system doesn't just raise prices. It reshapes behavior. When life is expensive, people accept bad jobs longer. They avoid risks. They delay rest. They postpone freedom. Financial pressure creates obedience. And obedience keeps systems stable. That's not accidental. Here's the most dangerous part. The system teaches people to internalize structural problems. I should be doing better. I must be bad with money. Everyone else seems fine. But when millions feel the same pressure, is not a mindset problem. It's a math problem. And the math no longer works. Most people misunderstand passive income. It's not about getting rich fast. It's about reducing exposure to a system that keeps raising costs. Passive income doesn't replace work. It creates breathing room, time, optionality, leverage. In a high-cost system, control matters more than income. The solution isn't extreme frugality. It's structural awareness, understanding where your money leaks automatically, which costs grow faster than incomes, which systems punish dependence. People who survive long-term aren't smarter. They're more aware. They build buffers, not fantasies. Here's the honest forecast. Costs will not go down. The system depends on rising prices. Inflation isn't a glitch. It's fuel. The question isn't will life get cheaper? It's who learns to adapt first? If you feel behind, you're not broken. If saving feels impossible, you're not lazy. If progress feels slower every year, you're not imagining it. You're living inside a system where survival costs more than it used to. Understanding that is the first form of freedom. Next video will break down something even harder to see. Why escaping this system feels almost impossible without breaking the rules. And why the people who win play a completely different game. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's why this crisis doesn't look like a crisis. There are no food lines, no sudden collapse, no single moment where everything breaks. Instead, it happens slowly. A little more rent, a little higher insurance, a few extra subscriptions, one unexpected bill. Individually, they feel manageable. Together, they quietly drain the future. That's how modern financial pressure works. It doesn't shock, it suffocates. Most Americans aren't idle. They're exhausted, working longer hours, managing side hustles, juggling payments, optimizing budgets. Yet, progress feels frozen because effort alone can't beat a system where costs rise faster than time and energy. You can work harder, but you can't outwork math. People love simple advice. Just make more money, learn a new skill, get a better job. But here's the problem. When everyone earns more, prices adjust. Income growth without cost control doesn't create freedom. It creates new ceilings. That's why so many people who level up still feel trapped. Saving used to be the foundation. Today, it feels like a luxury. Not because people don't want to save, but because saving now competes with basic stability. When rent, healthcare, and food consume most of your income, saving becomes optional. And optional habits disappear under pressure. This is the quiet trick. The system doesn't tell you it's broken. It tells you, this is adulthood. This is responsibility. This is just how life is. Struggle becomes normalized. Stress becomes routine. Debt becomes background noise. When everyone feels pressure, pressure stops feeling abnormal. The divide isn't rich versus poor. It's flexible versus fragile. People with flexibility can wait, can negotiate, and can recover. People without it must accept him, must rush him, must borrow. Flexibility is the new wealth. The people who slowly escape it don't do anything dramatic. They reduce fixed costs. They avoid permanent obligations. They value optional income over flashy income. They don't chase freedom. They design for resilience. Small structural changes beat big emotional decisions. In 2026, this problem intensifies. AI changes jobs. Housing remains scarce. Healthcare grows more complex. Debt becomes more embedded. The system doesn't collapse. It tightens. Those who understand it early adapt quietly. Those who don't feel blindsided later. This isn't about quitting jobs or rejecting modern life. It's about seeing clearly, understanding which systems extract value and in which ones return it. Clarity creates calm. Calm creates better decisions. And better decisions compound. If this video felt uncomfortable, that's not an accident. Discomfort means something important just came into focus. In the next video, we're going to expose something deeper. Why even people who understand the system still struggle to escape it. And what separates those who stay stuck from those who slowly regain control. Once you see that difference, money will never look the same again.